All right, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we are, game number 3 now. The series Empire versus Team Spirit, and we got a game 3. That's right, Spirit was up 1-0 and looking like they were possibly going to be able to close it out, but Empire, they fought strong and ultimately forced what is now game number 3. So the winner of this, advancing on to the winter finals, a loser, will get knocked down to that loser's bracket here in the GESC Thailand CIS Qualifiers. I'm Breaky ZPK, joined by Tsunami once again. And once again, we get a tiny first pick with a response of Razor so far from Team Empire. So very similar openings we got. I believe they went Razor Rubik, if I'm not mistaken. So can't do that this time.
No, evidently not. I mean, Razor just has not really been. I mean, it was picked every single game. Spirit had picked it in game 1, and then Empire has picked it now in game 2 and game 3. I guess the nerfs weren't enough, and that's fine. I think Razor's a balanced hero overall, and then Tiny showing up, and I mean, I wasn't a fan of Phobos's build. I think he was playing the hero very well, but the build that Phobos went for was
10 seconds
at
remaining.
odds with the way that I feel Spirit should have played game 2, which
5
was
seconds remaining.
more like they had secured such a good early game advantage that they didn't need to go for pickoffs. I find that if you are behind, then going for pickoffs is the best strategy, because like obviously you can't take a full 5-on-5 team fight if you're falling behind because you have a lower net worth advantage or disadvantage. But if you are able to pick off like these cores every once in a while, then you can claw your way back into the game. But Spirit were ahead, and then they were playing like they were behind, and as a result they lost whatever lead that they had. Lifesteal Radiance didn't come to fruition the way that they wanted it to, and the Phantom Lancer just got out of control. But this time the Phantom Lancer will be banned out by Spirit.
Yeah, it's safe to say a lot of reaction coming out from Spirit. The Rubik, now the Phantom Lancer. They go with a second pick, Sand King themselves. You have Queen of Pain, Broodmother, taken away from Empire. But they have the PL with the Terror Blade are the options for Team Spirit bans. So now Empire, their third pick to come. Are we going to see yet another game with a Nyx Assassin? I mean, I guess the first two were on Team Spirit's side, and they already have a Sand King, so probably not, unless Empire for some reason.
They had good excuses in the previous game. The Keeper of the Light in game 1 and the Bad Rider in game 2. I think it's not just like a snap pick for Biver. I think it's more of a situational one, and Biver has an extensive hero pool, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see something else. Like we haven't seen his Earth Spirit, and I really like Biver's Earth Spirit quite a bit, so I would be okay with seeing some other 4 position for him.
Yeah. So it eventually settles on there. Minute 20 though remaining for Empire, starting to dip quite a bit already in that third pick spot. Again, but position 4 for them. You mentioned the Earth Spirit potential wouldn't be for Biver in this case, but for Empire, of course, just as strong as
Earth Shaker.
So you know it's funny because I happened to mention the Earth Shaker last game, but you know that was more because of the Nature's Prophet matchup specifically, and then eventually they ended up picking it up, you know, and it kind of made sense, but this time around, it's not you know, tiny Sand King. It's not like, oh yeah, Earthshaker would be good here. Now go figure. They now get a Nature's Prophet, so there you go. I guess it helps a little bit more, but interesting development we have here.
Yeah, I guess Empire were reminiscing, and they're like, hey, yeah, Shaker, he's not actually that bad of a hero, which I think he is a fine hero. He didn't get changed at all in 7.12, but
5 seconds remaining.
I guess it fits around with the playstyle of Empire. And yeah, with Spirit, like namely Tiny, I'm usually reluctant to pick a Shaker because status resistance is just so out of control for Tiny that usually Shaker's stuns are mostly irrelevant, but overall just a good hero. And Spirit seem confident still in their support Nature's Prophet, although this time it's more telegraphed, I suppose. Like maybe Empire were suspecting that it was going to be a support Nature's Prophet in game 2 regardless, but this time, you're pretty positive it's going to be support, so you can draft even more accurately around it.
Empire again, though. As Spirit had the snap reaction, it's Empire the one that's really thinking about their picks and having to think about, again, that 4th pick spot. It's do they go maybe their mid laner? Do they get their off laner here? Underlord is still on the board. Always like him as a potential option when he's there. Or maybe the Bat Rider once again. The Ghostic Bat Rider. Played it very well.
They did pick Bat Rider before even seeing the Lifestealer, and it just turned out to be an excellent pick in that situation. But yeah, well, there you go.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're going with that mentality. Team Empire. Disruptors
I do not think that Spirit should go back to Lifestealer, though. I don't think that that was the go-to.
It was broke, so
I would be
fix
okay
it.
with...
10
exactly.
seconds remaining.
I would be okay with... what
5
cores do they
seconds
usually
remaining.
go for?
Pango.
Go for Gyrocopter quite a bit,
Oh.
but I don't know.
Sorry, I'd had a
Wait, who did you suggest?
I had a twitch there. Pango.
Ah, it's true, actually. I didn't get to watch any of DAC, so I don't know how much Pango was picked.
He was not, apparently. Somebody pointed that out. I can't confirm that, but from what I heard, he was not picked.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. So it does make me wonder if he might have been like banned by the event. I don't
like
know.
a gentleman's agreement?
Yeah, but
I don't know.
we'll find out.
Maybe. Yeah, well, so if being picked or banned, I guess is the main thing. Like if he
10
was
seconds
first phase
remaining.
banned, that satisfies my curiosity.
Of course, yeah.
But if he wasn't picked or banned, then that
5
definitely has me
seconds
scratching my head.
remaining.
Oh, Death Prophet. Once again, it's a lot of similarities here in game number 2 or 3, excuse me.
Dire team ban.
From either side. I mean, either side really only has one change so far. The Sand King over the Nyx, and then you have Disruptor over the Rubik on the other side. So I don't know. It's very similar. Yeah, Pango was not picked according to Dota Buff. I was checking it up right there.
10 seconds
How about
remaining.
banned?
Oh, banned.
Dire team Empire's turn to pick.
Picks and bans.
Weaver. Wow, this does not look like an easy Weaver game at all. This looks like an impossible Weaver game, to be honest. What the hell? You've got to deal with Glimpse. You've got to deal with Lasso. You've got to deal with ground-targeted stuns of Fissure,
10
Enchant
seconds
Totem, and
remaining.
Echo Slam. You don't have an easy way to purge off Sticky
5
Napalm aside from
seconds
Time
remaining.
Lapse. I mean, I guess he's good against Razor, but that's about it.
Razor's the big core, and you know this is a hero we actually. Speaking of DAC, again, I didn't get the chance to watch it
Troll is
most, but he's
getting a
been
resurgence.
exactly. He's been really all of a sudden. Did he get changes in the patch? Troll.
No. I mean, it's not since... I think it was like a quality of life change or something.
Berserker's Rage base attack time improved from
Oh,
1.5
right.
to 1.45.
Which, to be fair, on a Troll Warlord who gains a lot of attack speed, that has a bigger impact than it does on most heroes.
True.
Because BAT is like a multiplication factor of your attack speed. And so, Troll Warlord is definitely a hero that benefits from it. But yeah, nothing. I don't think there was anything in 7.12 that made it like a big deal. But yeah, he's definitely been having himself a little renaissance.
10 seconds remaining.
Which is weird because usually the context in which I always thought Troll was good is if
5
you have.
seconds remaining.
It's kind of like Drow Ranger strats where like Drow Ranger's okay by herself, but if you have like a ranged core to buffer up, it's great. And so like with Troll Warlord, yeah, he is a competent damage dealer in himself, but if you have some other core that you can boost the attack speed of, then it becomes great. But like here, it's only a Razor, and Razor's usually spending more time chasing to make sure that the static link stays tied rather than just like standing there and attacking. So it's, I don't know, I guess a different interpretation of Troll Warlord, and we'll see how well it works out because he's also not exceptional against Weaver.
Yeah.
He gets kited, but I guess the trade-off is that Battle Trance is great at being able to kill all of the swarm beetles off of all of your allies. So
That's true.
I'm intrigued.
Kind of going off by your point there, exactly. It just so happens, yeah, both these cores not the best against Weaver, so they're going to be really relying on their teammates. They have plenty of lockdown between the Earthshaker Disruptor and even the Bat Rider, of course, with his lasso. So that's going to be a team effort for Team Empire.
I don't even know if like it's. I don't think Weaver is like a signature for Illidan either, because it just seems like such a weird game to pick Weaver in.
Well, they're picking it here, damn
like,
it.
he's basically guaranteed he has to go Lincolns no matter what.
Yeah.
And the other cores of Spirit, like if Empire play a fast game, which I think is part of the reason why they went for Troll, because Troll is also very good at pushing, then I think Spirit's going to struggle because Exorcism's on a high cooldown. Weaver's not going to become useful for a while. You've got a support Nature's Prophet, and you've got a Tiny who, in the previous game, did not go for like max Avalanche Toss, instead was going for like half an Tree Throw, half an Avalanche, and so he's not great at like counter push either. So if Empire are mad, like it's in their best interest to take like all the tier 1 towers by like 15-20 minutes, I think.
Pango was banned 3 times, by the way.
So it wasn't an
DAC.
agreement.
No.
What the hell?
So he actually was involved. Now, between teams, that's a different story, of course, but...
right,
yeah.
which I heard that it was, I think, which are the CIS teams that are in DAC right now?
Effect and Virtus Pro.
Oh yeah, Effect. Effect has a Pangolier player. At least from clubs. Obviously no one has any competitive experience on the game.
Yeah, Resolution plays everything.
Yeah, that's also true. Although, I think one position Pangolier may be a little bit too optimistic. I think it's going to be the same way that we kind of saw Monkey King, where it's like, well, actually, Monkey King started out as a roamer, so I think you're going to start out seeing Pangolier in the offlane, and then maybe you see it as a roamer, but yeah, we'll see. But that, I mean, that's why I wanted to see it. I mean, it's in captain's mode, at least at the minum, but
yeah.
I want to see it picked, damn it.
You know, it's been less than 24 hours, man, all right? Come on. Still, teams are going to have to get used to that idea. All right, musical lanes coming out once again. Beginning of this game, you see bottom lane. Weavers has a free lane right now because there's a TP out. Troll's going to make his way all the way down here. You do have Razor sitting in middle, but yeah, they decide to send Batrider to the top lane, though, after seeing what's going on. To deal with Tiny.
Man, this is actually pretty great for Illidan, because Weaver at like the level 1 to level 2 gap for Weaver is oftentimes very difficult. That's why he went for Shikuchi just straight up out of the base. But being able to hit level 2 for free, get all these denies, that's amazing for a Weaver, especially against a Troll Warlord, because you're going to be able to get points in Swarm and Geminate.
Of course, Troll doesn't
have sentries, but yeah.
Troll doesn't have his Whirling Axes yet either now, being a level behind, so doesn't have to worry about that just yet.
That's not for the likes of...
Pretty good start. Middle lane, there was a fissure thrown out. Looks like, but not the biggest deal. I don't know if he's trying to snipe the courier, maybe, as yeah, it's just about back in base right now, but doesn't happen. So far, 8-5 Razor versus a 4-0 Death Prophet. FN once again having a great game. He had a fantastic. He was the only one having a great time early game last game for Empire. Obviously, that paid off in the end. So hoping for that once again, at least plus more. Oh, bottom lane. Yeah, I was watching that happen the whole time. I did not see Earthshaker coming over there, and sure enough.
Neither did Viper.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had Burrow Strike, but I mean, I didn't even see Shaker. My camera was slowly panning over, and then I get hit by the fissure as well.
There's first blood in favor of Empire. So again, already a much better start. Top lane, Gostic's getting low.
Ghostic. Damn.
Okay.
That Orb of Venom. You gotta respect it.
The seeds of fortune.
And the fact that Nature's Prophet has like amazing right click. He has 64 with literally no items.
He's going to try to go for the bounty room, but this time Ghostic gets back in time and picks it up.
I mean, he knows Firefly is down, so that's why FNG feels so confident going for this. And he's going to snipe the courier?
Can he get it? There you go, one more.
Got it. Two.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
And then the flash dance, I love it. Got to show off. So, courier dead now for next 2 minutes here for the Radiant side, and he's going to, well, send a tree in middle lane, but... not much going to happen with that. Top lane, Illidan.
Illidan, yeah. No, this is a great matchup for a Weaver. And he burns off a salve and still dies. And this is why the early level advantage for Weaver is so great. Like, it's good against Troll just because you can stand your own in the lane, but like, being able to bully a Batrider, that is not something that many heroes can do. Weaver is one of the very few. Because Batrider just has like the worst attack ever, so he cannot get Swarm Beetles off. And then Sticky Napalm is basically useless because Weaver gets max move speed and Shikuchi.
Yeah. Oh, Poshka taking a toss. Moving life dangerously, but he's still a half-life. He's good to go. Opening up some farm for Troll to really recover at that bottom lane, especially now with the rotations happening. He's 15-5 down there. Middle lane, Fissure in, but just blocking G, and Yoku's going to take a little bit of farm while Razor's currently back at base. Actually got pretty low. So regenning bottom lane, Troll. They're roaming in, but Nyx is a little bit too fast.
Yeah, Viper's only level 2 right now, so only 1 point in Burrow Strike.
Top rune, regen picked up by Yoku. It's taken off immediately, but he prevents Death Prophet from getting it, so minor victory there. Well played. Troll Warlord, again, I didn't get the chance to actually see any of the game. Like I said, I was sleeping, but I heard that there was a bit of Troll Warlord making some appearances at DAC, but should we still expect what the Mask of Madness build, or something different here?
I think Sange and Yasha these days is more common. Yeah. That would be what my money's on, but we'll see.
Okay. Ring of Acula is going to be the first, at least. And is he overstepping here? Biver was running in as if he was looking for a stun, but again, level 1 Burrow Strike, it's so minor.
He's so close to level 3. He wants it so bad. You get, like, it's surprising how much more kill potential. It's only 100 more range than the Burrow Strike, but, like, it makes a difference. And they're going in.
Oh, yeah, back to it. There's that Burrow Strike. Fissure already used. Chant Totem, he doesn't have Aftershock, though. Yeah, toss in an awkward area. Nyx making his way through the trees, whirling axis coming out, mitigating some damage. There's the Burrow Strike, hitting both. It's level 2. Nyx goes down on the troll. So, good consistency from Team Spirit right there. They did not give up.
I mean, they've won the laning phase in basically all 3 games, namely because Empire has just not been reading these lanes well, and so, like, in Game 2, they had to do a big swap that cost them a lot of time, and in Game 3 they obviously did as well just now, so... Spirit just need to be able to be a little bit more consistent and converting these solid laning victories now. A lot of chaos in the bot lane.
Yeah, but Burrow Strike on through. Actually, he's going to get the turn on Earthshaker. They thought they had to kill an Nature's Prophet. Glimpse back saves him initially. I believe he is going to fall to Disruptor. I'm watching Troll, though, trying to live. He's actually living on Sand King. You're right. Meanwhile, Nyx on the Troll Warlord. The toss in. Does they have anything else for the finish? The tree throw? Yes, they do. Double kill for Phobos. Okay, so Biver did get picked off.
Yeah, he went in for a Burrow Strike. Tried to finish off Miposhka, and Miposhka got the Thunder Strike off, but... Death Prophet rotates, unfortunately not able to find anything, but... Yeah, the Troll Warlord goes down yet again, and Nature's Prophet survives. That's the other thing. He has ridiculously high right click, he also has 4 armor, with no items.
He's running back right now as the Troll. Obviously TP on cooldown now for 15 seconds. Because of that death, but... More farm being opened up for DK Phobos. Meanwhile, top lane, Illidan, he is having that free farm game.
I'm pretty sure I saw your camera on Biver just now when he was getting Thunderstrike, right?
No, what was that? What?
Oh, he was dropping his Tranquil Boots like in between right clicks of Disruptor to keep him up. That was pretty cute.
Nice. Smart player. Former Han player, of course, so naturally.
Well, of course. You should expect that kind of
naturally making mechanics. Those plays. Oh, the chat goes wild. Illidan. He's diving for this. He's got time lapse. Gets the attack off. Time lapse attack. Well played. Oh, the uphill miss.
Beetle, though. Oh, he finishes it.
And he can't get
raindrop.
The raindrop saves the day.
Disruptor gets killed in another 3-on-3 engagement.
God, that miss uphill. Well played though by Batrider. Actually get out. But yes, I was going to talk about with Illidan though. The Ring of Acula, he also has the Dragonlance already finished.
Wow.
So
dude.
Radiant structures are fortified.
No boots just yet, but so we're seeing the no boots build on Weaver. Spot him, Yoku. He's Enchant Totem. He does have Aftershock now, and that will help him get away. In fact, Biver, Sandstorm going the other direction. Oh, he gets the kill! I'm taking you with me, he says. Glimpse does catch Phobos. That link.
10 stick charges.
Gonna have to use them here. Pops it. Avalanche. No. It was a desperate play, but not to be. That's a 4-kill streak stopper as well for Razor. So FN all of a sudden really starts to skyrocket.
Yeah, and well played by Yoku to immediately go to the mid lane so G does not get the opening to start exorcisming down, although FNG's looking. Siphon breaks, though.
Yeah. He is good. In fact, FN's coming back in, and I'm going to say hello to Death Prophet.
I'll take your tribute.
But yeah, back to Weaver. You mentioned the priority on Lincolns. Does he just go Lincolns now, you think?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It depends on... Oh man, he's going to steal this stack. This is not easy for Weaver to do. I don't think he's going to be able to steal it. And yeah, Yoku's like, go away. This is not for you.
Mine.
He can take the experience though, and that Fissure actually works out against Empire.
True.
So Illidan gets a whole bunch of free experience. He can time-lapse whenever he wants.
This is 4 heroes though. It's a little scary now.
They can't lock him down.
They got a glimpse.
Wait,
yeah, he's
glimpse.
dead.
Wow.
Maybe. Shikuchi. Oh, he's so tanky though, the Dragonlance and the Ring of Acula. He's going to live. No, the Fissure snipes him. Meanwhile, during all of that, they killed Troll Roller, by the way. Bottom lane again. So that happened.
Well, I guess you'll take that.
But yeah, worth it.
Actually, maybe not. Troll has 2k net worth. Weaver has 4.2k net worth. But at least he forced that forward. So if you kill Troll and you take his tower, then it's worth it, I suppose.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Exorcism was spent on the mid lane, although it does not fully take the tier 1.
Yeah, a little bit of damage, though, coming out. You see Troll, though, yeah, level 4. He's just trying to get any kind of experience, but at a 3-level disadvantage here, you got to be careful. Keeping his distance. In fact, now G even hits level 8, so Nyx having to be very careful. In fact, as I say that, they go on him. Not going to be enough, though. G didn't really follow up. Exorcism did just wear off there. So maybe the ultimate reason. They chose not to make a play. But there's the medallion now finished on Nature's Prophet already. Solid start for FNG once again on the NP.
And Weaver's ferrying out a blade of alacrity, actually. So, Yasha?
Diffusal, Yasha.
Oh, Diffusal blade, Diffusal, of course, yeah. Yeah.
G, middle lane.
He's in trouble.
He's probably dead. Nature's Prophet getting sprung in time to save him. It looks like maybe. Death Siphon, or Spirit Siphon even.
Okay. Ghost Trick is so close to level 6.
Okay, I don't know about this, Tiny. Oh, no. I mean, they kill Batrider, but now FN, he takes out the Nature's Prophet as well. And Kinetic Field will just help keep Tiny away. Yeah, Tiny...
What the hell's going on in this bot lane?
Oh my god, what is going on? No
way.
They
can't find him.
He gets out. What is happening this game? There's so many funky things.
What he didn't snipe the courier, so what was he doing down there?
I saw something on the mini-map while I was watching that middle lane, but yeah, by the way, back to the middle lane, Tiny tossing Batrider in. That seemed a little silly and kind of backfired there, but...
Especially because, I mean, Death Prophet is worth more than Batrider. If it was like if it was the Razor, then even if your Death Prophet dies, then maybe it's worth it because the Razor has more farm, but yeah, for a Batrider, not necessarily the best exchange. And now FNG getting caught out by FM, but the Sprout is there, and FNG is just going to run. Drum is activated though, so he really wants this kill on Razor.
Speaking of that, FNG, there you go. The kill is successful. Now turn kill though, Burrow Strike as well as the Avalanche into the toss combo. The kill Disruptor, the tree throw. It's not enough damage, FN. A little too tanky for now. That infused raindrop also proccing, gets a turn kill on a Sand King. But they do eventually run him down, so kind of take somebody with them. But there's a 5-kill streak stopper stopped by Death Prophet now. And actually gets plenty of bounty gold for that on his way to a Yules eventually here. So overall net worth, it's looking somewhat similar to last game, not going to lie. It's a 4,000 net worth lead, 12.5 minutes in for Team Spirit.
Yeah, in the previous game it was Illidan's Lifestealer getting free farm. This game it's his Weaver getting free farm. He's already got the Mana Break talent, and he's going to have his Diffusal Blade very quickly after. It's really greedy to go for this build. Like, again, he is going to need the Lincolns, but he thinks he can go offensive as G is going to evade this potential lasso gank. Because Empire are just too scared to go into this burst damage of Phobos plus Viper.
Well, I kind of off camera right there. I was watching the possible initiation on Death Prophet, and all of a sudden he had Sand King and Tiny finding the opening on the Troll Warlord in the back line. So they picked him off quickly, and that kind of threw Empire off guard a little bit. They weren't sure what to do. And ultimately they decided it was best just not to go in at that point. But yeah, the Troll, the struggle really continues, man. He's only got a Ring of Acula, not even upgraded boots yet. At 13.5 minutes. G siphons up with a creep. He's got another one. He's going to live, and in fact, TP in from FNG. The Sprout spawns some treants here. Treant block is real on top of an Avalanche, but it's not enough follow-up damage. Static Storm helping to zone them out as well, so we've got some mid-wars chaos. Meanwhile, Illidan just farms top lane.
Yeah, I mean, if this is this is his game plan, then that's fine. But then, like, I kind of wonder what was the point of going for Diffusal if you're just gonna not participate with your team, which is fine as a Weaver. But the Diffusal is a fighting item, and he is not fighting. He is just farming, and you see he's so low on mana as Phobos again kills this Troll with a double damage rune.
I don't think I've caught. How many times has Troll died? I think I've caught
Several.
One of the 5 deaths. Because every time it just seems like it's... oh, by the way, Tiny just finds a burst kill on a Troll.
And he only has 1 point in Avalanche. He's maxing out Tree Grab. And so, like, it's not even that much burst damage, really. But it's still working out.
Yeah. That Shadow Blade now doing work. Bottom lane, Sand King. He's working on that Blink Dagger. 1,200 gold saved up. They're trying to slow it down, though. Glimpse. He's gonna burrow strike though.
Well, he still gets it.
Yeah, he gets it off after, and that kind of works. In fact, now response, if anything, from Spirit. But FN is also responding with that Eye of the Storm. Link is up, so is the Siphon. Nice fissure. It's 3 heroes. They pull back Viper again. Viper gets the epicenter off as he dies, though, so FN's in trouble now. Gemini attacks. Yes, that's enough damage to take out the Razor. And Ghostic having to keep his distance. Yoku goes back in. This Echo Slam to take out Nature's Prophet, at least.
Illidan wants more, though.
He does, and he's going to get more at this rate.
Creeps.
That Diffusal Blade, man, he's hitting so freaking hard. The Glimpse is not going to save Batrider, and now Miposhka's in trouble. He throws out the kinetic field, hoping for the best. Weaver with that Diffusal Blade, 20 mana break. I mean, he is hitting so hard right now.
Yeah. It's a lot of physical damage, and that's why I really like that FNG went for this medallion as well. So you got physical damage from the mana break and Diffusal. You've got the physical damage from Exorcism, and then obviously the Swarm also dropping armor. Even once Troll does manage to find some farm, he's still going to go down very quickly due to all these armor mitigation items.
All right, I'm watching Troll this time. I'm going to catch this one.
Radiant are scanning.
He's almost got phase boots. He doesn't have phase boots. But they're reacting. If they can get turn kills, that's pretty big. Tiny. Glimpsed up, everything's being used at him, the whole freaking kitchen sink. DK Phobos goes down, and so does FNG. So, you know what? Troll's basically a support at this point. It's worth it.
Yeah, it is. Tiny's the highest net worth hero, so you basically just gave up your core for that Tiny kill. But unfortunately, everyone did have to TP to the top lane to save him, and that means that Illidan gets a free tier 2 push in the bot lane.
Radiant structures
Level 14. Who was it? God, there was a Weaver the other day. I'm blanking on who it was. Got a lot of Dodo recently, but he went the 35% XP talent actually. And
really?
Yeah, it was interesting. Like he was level 20 when people were 14. It was pretty ridiculous how far ahead he was. And I guess the idea was he wanted to get level 20 as soon as possible, but in the end, you know, 20 mana break talent is of course the direction you basically see every core Weaver go at least.
Yeah, as Illidan. Oh, he gets dust. What a well-executed gank.
That's how you're going to get back in this game if you're Empire, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Finding
that's weird because, like, you see that he didn't go for that talent, and he basically has all of his spells maxed out. And Weaver's other talents aren't that great. It's mainly the level 10 talents that's the most important. So, like, 1575 Shikuchi damage is nice because you can kill a creep wave a little bit easier. And then 12 strength is obviously a ton of HP, but usually as a Weaver you don't really need to do that as Phobos. Almost get this kill on Miposhka, but FNG will finish it off.
Well, ideally.
Tree.
Yeah. Those tree kills are always entertaining.
Oh man, Viver's over here.
Oh yeah, he... I was wondering, I was like, wait a second, here's still more fighting going on, and sure enough, Sand King got there a little bit late. Ends up getting caught himself, so... Yeah, good point about Nick's stats. I mean, obviously level 25 talent's a pretty big deal, but
yeah,
that's way down the line at that point.
Go.
He has a Mithril Hammer, so is that the Desolator or is it a BKB?
Yeah, it has to be, but that's so greedy. I mean, he could go for BKB, but I don't know. You're better off just getting a Linken's now, Razor. Swarm Beetle connects. He's dead.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
No.
Yeah, I imagine it's the Desolator. I mean, BKB, the problem is that you will still get lassoed, and I think that's the most valuable thing, because, like, a ground... Basically, what we saw near that bounty run bot is how Empire are going to kill Illidan, and a BKB does not help against that, but a Linken's does, because it's a fissure that's ground targeted into a lasso or into a static storm, and static storm's a lot harder to pull off, whereas lasso's a lot easier. And technically a BKB will help against static storm and a Linken's will help agast lasso, because now they're chasing down Miposhka and Phobos sees him.
Oh my god, that auto attack. Insane damage. You know, we've been mentioning Illidan and his success this game on Weaver, but Phobos is continuing to be the top net worth. And he also goes the Forest Staff again. This is a comfort build for him here.
I guess so. Or, again, maybe it's a reaction to Batrider picks.
True.
But whatever the case, like, I don't know. This is where things started going wrong for Spirit in the previous game, as now Lasso does come out sinking. He has Burrow.
Oh, on the ledge. Oh, couldn't get him over. Burrow strike away for now. Tiny's coming back in. He's got that Forest Staff. Can he find the opening on Batrider? He wants it. He's got it. Ghostic all of a sudden collapse on. Fissure, or meanwhile, Earthshaker trying to get a Fissure off, but he was desperate, reaching for that Sand King. Sand King's already regen plenty of life, though, and he now is going to be killed as a result of that chase, too. So, we said it last game. Team Spirit, they're looking clean. They're looking good. I said that, though, and a couple minutes later, all of a sudden, things started changing. So,
yeah.
But this game does feel a little different, though.
They need a group, and this smoke is a good step in the right direction. Nature's Prophet TPs into the enemy jungle, places some aggressive vision. Phobos is making his way over. I don't think they need to go for more picks. They can just take tier 2 for free, but if they get Nyx, I guess that's fine. They can lead off with the Yules, which they will. I don't think G even knew that he was here, but now they know.
No. They got the information now, and it results in a death there for Troll Warlord yet again. Viper, he's going an awkward path.
North.
Yeah, rather than going back to his team, he wanted to farm, and he did not realize that all these other heroes were over here. Whoops. So, loses his life.
Well, they'll push out mid, and well, ideally, I don't know what G's doing. I don't know what they're all doing. Why are they all, like, this was the problem in game 2. Like, everyone just go push mid. Is it that difficult? Like, they're going for picks now, and if it works out, it's great. But it's also very likely that it won't work out, as a Radiant Ward just saw them moving up.
Yeah.
And FNG does not successfully get in range to cancel out a Nature's Prophet, and Razor's TP. And mid tower is not going to go down, and that should have been like a free mid tower.
No, you're right. Gotta focus on those objectives. The siege is still doing some damage to it. It's gonna need one more though.
Whirling axe it, so yeah. And now it's in deny range, and now Viper.
Up here.
They're getting the lasso.
But that's a defensive lasso if anything. He gets forced half away. In comes the Echo Slam, and Tiny will go down with Sand King actually. So yeah, the lasso ends up working out for Empire. And Team Spirit, again, they got here late, maybe to try to finish the tier 2 tower.
And now G's going to use Exorcism after 2 of his heroes are dead. Weaver is like in the bot lane right now. And like, it's working, but really it should not work. As now FNG is going to TP to the bot lane. They want to find this Troll Warlord down here, and they have vision of him.
Weaver trying to finish the job. Wrath of Nature, not going to do it. Troll will actually live this time. I haven't said that often with these ganks.
Now, turn.
FNG's dead.
Although your tier 3 is under siege, so you can't spend too much time as Yoku trying to initiate on Weaver. Like, this shouldn't be working, but it kind of is.
You keep going back to that. It's like, how is this working? Yeah, I mean, you definitely are making some very good points, though. It's not, even though it is working, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's maybe the most efficient decision. I think we'll put it that way. Yeah. From Team Spirit, but FN's top farm in the game
against a better team. I do not think this strategy would work that Team Spirit is trying to pull right now.
Yeah, and you have Razor. He's actually top farm again. This things are starting to look a little too similar to last game for me to be too excited about Spirit and how they're looking right now. But they do find a free kill on Disruptor. Aegis still on Weaver, a little bit longer. Exorcism, 60 seconds though, still on cooldown.
No, they'll try to get some damage with the siege creep and then pull it.
Gonna go for the tier 3 a little bit, but yeah, not a whole lot. You have FNG already at top, Sand King's porting in. Gonna stop Troll Warlord, who did go Battle Fury by the way, so he's got a Battle Fury now.
I guess that's he may have planned that initially, but if anything else, I think this is a great recovery item, seeing as how he had like a miserable laning phase. And if you go Sanjin Yasha, you're gonna die, because Sanjin Yasha is a fighting item, and Troll is in no condition to fight right now. So he just wants to farm. Battle Fury is probably the best option for that.
Dire are scanning.
Dire scan does catch a glimpse of this smoke, and it looks like Spirit are in a position that they want to fight it. Illidan.
Oh boy.
Oh, Spirit. Oh, that Sentry Ward just so close. Oh, they get him anyway.
Oh, the BKB he just got does prevent it. So, but you see that both teams kind of on either side of the river, the different areas. Batrider.
No, they don't have vision for him. He did the Invis rune.
Clutch. The Poshka meanwhile hiding. He's going to be found though. So this should result at least in a Disruptor kill. They may cap in, but could have been worse. I mean, really for both sides. Again, the BKB use though on Weaver that he just got Already down to 9 seconds.
And Aegis has expired on the Weaver as well.
And I go back to this
Exorcism's
Razor.
up Yoku.
A golden
He's going to get out. I don't know what the hell Yoku was doing over there.
But yeah, Razor top farm is looking like that Hurricane Pike is actually.
Oh, mid lane, Bad Rider.
Along Ghost Stick.
Oh, Phobos. Oh, what a force staff.
Nice
What an
force.
amazing force staff by FN.
Yeah. Keeps him alive. G.
And now, wow.
Pushka TP's right into him.
Dyer's top tower
Whoops.
is under attack.
I immediately regret this decision, he says.
He places 2 wards. I don't know if Spirit were paying attention to that. And now more gank attempts. They find FN.
That's the key target if they kill him, but it's a big if. Again, he is the most farm, so
Dyer's
not
top
easy
tower
to kill.
has been denied.
Does have that Hurricane Pike. Ghost Stick.
Oh, the Bad Rider.
Lasso could not connect. So Weaver fine for now.
Again, Spirit are playing the way that Empire should be playing, which is going for picks. They have Exorcism available. They have a BKB Weaver. What on earth are you afraid of for sieging high ground? Like, Shaker, he has completed his blink, sure, but FMG, he's screwed.
Well, he's going to buy time, though. Yeah, this is actually allowed for a response. The Echo Slam is used as well. Biver gets caught by it, but he's already stunning and keeping them nearby. Yoku, they do kill Sand King, but now at least they're going to lose the Earthshaker. TP out from Bat Rider. Troll? No, the Yules catches him, and they actually stop both. Oh, no, Bat Rider wasn't even TPing yet.
Yeah, he didn't have one. Or he does now.
It's like cooldown.
Go for it now.
So the distraction does get a couple of turn kills at least, but again, the objective game is not necessarily being prioritized by Spirit here.
Yeah, and now you've spent Exorcism, so you can't take anything, because there's no way you're going to make it all the way to the tier 3 in time. I don't know. It's just... There's a time and a place for CIS Dota, and the time is the laning phase. And then after that, you should relegate yourself to Chinese Dota.
Pushing towers.
Right.
You sound like a disappointed coach right now.
I am, because, like, the way that... Like, Spirit should have had game 2 and 2, in my opinion, as well.
Yeah.
But...
I'm with you there.
Like, I'm seeing the same patterns, and they may win this game. In fact, it's likely that they'll win this game. They have a 10k net worth advantage. But if they do win, then it's kind of like reinforcing bad habits, because the way that they're playing, like I said, I think a better team, which isn't any slight to Empire, but I think a better team would know how to deal with this kind of helter-skelter gameplay from Team Spirit.
Well, actually, Empire looking for an opening here. They do not have Troll, but they do got the Battle Trance presence, I guess. They're going to catch, actually, Weaver with the lasso, and Weaver going to be able to time-lapse. Thought he might have got it off at the last second there, but 65 seconds he's dead for.
Oh, and Roche just respawns.
I keep referring back to the last game, man. This is going to be very key right here. Do they buy back and defend, or do they just give this up? This is the second Roshan.
I mean, Exorcism's down for 35 seconds because of that fight up top. And so even if they do buy back, well, if Phobos has BKB, and Empire are kind of scared because they don't have the best Roshan heroes.
You can tell both teams are very afraid. Actually initiate there, and actually it will be enough of a hold to prevent the Roshan at least. No buyback needed.
The seeds of fortune.
Yeah, unfortunately they don't have a medallion on the side of Radiant. Otherwise Empire would have gladly gone for it. Because they said they didn't have the best Roche heroes. Troll's a good Roche hero, but like not under pressure. As Ghostig does manage to pick off FNG, and I guess that's a license to take Roche now.
That's probably going to secure it. Here goes Piper though with the epicenter. He jumps in with that blink. Going for the kill and disruptor. They get the kill. There goes the Russian. Aegis is picked up by Nyx though.
Oh my god, the force.
G Exorcism. The ghosts are running after, but the force steps out of the Roshan pit. However, Troll Warlord left behind. The Aegis is popped, and now Weaver's back in. Guess what? Troll Warlord, he's dead yet again. The 10th time this game, but so Empire, I mean, it was good they killed Roshan, but they give up the Aegis right away, and it kind of works out for Spirit.
I think Empire is okay with that, because like they got Razor out, they got everyone out. Everyone in the pit was so low HP, and Troll had to stick around, but they've effectively denied the Aegis from Spirit. And Spirit have a 10k network advantage. They have all the towers in the world, as now they almost start initiating on FN, and they're gonna turn it.
They do not have Troll for this. You gotta be careful. I was gonna say they got the cheese, and Biver actually eats it right there to stay alive. So now Phobos, Avalanche in 2. He went too far up. BKB's committed. Throwing out the Avalanche. G now running in. Again, no Exorcism, though. Kinetic Field will keep out the supporting cast for now. Razor's caught there by the Burrow Strike. The glimpse back on it. G, the Force F saves yet again. Is it enough this time? Illidan going for the reach. The Geminate attack. One, two. No. It's not enough. FN lives. A little too tanky in the base. And it gets back. Weaver, time-lapse is still ready with the BKB as well, so he's fine
Radiant's
here.
bottom tower is under attack.
They're keeping him at bay.
Well, Spirit's all grouped up, but they don't have Exorcism for another minute. Although this time G has gone for the Octarine Core earlier on. I think he had some other item after the Eon Disc, but I don't recall what it was.
I actually don't know. I don't think it was. I think it was the same build.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I remember being surprised, like, wow, Octarine Core really quickly.
Yeah, okay then. Well, they don't have the Aegis, but they do have Exorcism in 30 seconds, and I imagine, like, surely you've learned your lesson by now. Like, just fight, man. There's no reason not to. You have a BKB on your Weaver, you have BKB on your Tiny.
4-man Smoke Ink. Troll Warlord not joining the party, but again, he has that battle trance, so still kind of involved. And Weaver, big kill, but the time-lapse juke. He's going to force a BKB use even. So,
I mean, they still have Lasso and a hasted Battle Rider, but it's nighttime, so they don't really have very good vision, which is a shame. If that was at daytime, then I think Weaver would have probably been dead. But he gets out, and now G uses up the Bat Rider.
Four staffs once again coming into play, though, and there we go again. It just doesn't stop. It feels like they have 10 Forest Staffs here on the Radiant side. Jeez. So the Epicenter wasted from Biver, and he's pissed off. He's like, damn it, I'm wasting my Epicenter. I really want something still. What are you doing, though, buddy?
It. He does want it.
He's going into more heroes,
his team is there to help him.
Yeah, his team was kind of falling back. Now they are here late. DK Phobos charging in. They find a Razor. Biver, a bit of a distraction, being ran out by Batrider, but guess what? I've said it before, I'll say it again. Forest Staffs saving the day.
And another Exorcism pop, which means no other towers for like another minute. Yules is not going to be able to get to the Disruptor because the kinetic field blocking him out. And I believe Yoku's going to get out just fine as well.
You know, Tsunami, you made the statement. It's like you figure they've learned their lesson by now. They're not learning their lesson. Spirit is not learning their lesson. They're not learning it, and this is... I'm favoring Empire right now. You know, they're down 8,000 net worth. What happened last game and the way this game is playing out at this point, I am actually feeling comfortable from Empire, honestly. This is ridiculous.
It's about, like, a lot of people are like, oh, you to be like a caster, you've got to be like a super high level player. A lot of it just comes down to pattern recognition. And like, in drafts, you're like, oh, well, you know, this team has picked this hero like 10 times. I'm sure they're going to pick it again. You know, I don't have psychic powers. It's just pattern recognition. And here, like, they've picked most of the same heroes, and they're playing most of the same style. Like, Illidan has yet again gone for aggressive build. The Lifestealer build with Radiance now initiation on the mid lane. They lasso up the Mage's Prophet, and he goes down. And they're not doing anything with this aggressive build. They're just, like, wasting time, really. And Weaver's BKB is down to 7 seconds now. Phobos' BKB is still a pretty healthy 9 seconds, but if they keep going for random-ass fights in jungles and not team fights, then at what point are you feeling confident breaking high ground? Troll has clawed his way up from 5th net worth to 3rd net worth. Razor is still topping the charts, and Weaver's falling behind. Oh,
this goes back to the Battle Fury pickup as well from Nyx. As late as it was, the fact this game is now 33.5 minutes in, and Empire is just, if anything, both keeping Spirit out of their base, but also Spirit, again, refusing to really even try to go into the base. It's just buying all this room and time for, yeah, an ugly start for Troll World. You can laugh all you want, but he will be a force to reckon with. And him and the Razor we saw last game, and we continue to see in many of games right now in the meta, that throughout the game, Razor is a very, very efficient carry target later on as well, and he continues to be top farm himself. So Empire has every reason to be somewhat pleased in this game right now. Batrider, though, maybe overextension. In comes DK Phobos, jumping Emma Poshka. Got a Static Storm down, not really hitting anybody other than maybe FNG. Down goes Disruptor. Siphons up on Nyx. Nyx does have his PKB still. He's focus firing Illidan, but he's also in a pretty bad position. He pops a BKB, gets a bash proc off the Pat on Biver, but the Sprout Kite is successful with the Exorcism, finishes the job. 70 seconds. Troll Warlord's dead for us. So now Spirit, can they make an opening? Oh, what an Echo Slam jump there from Yoku. He gets the kill on Phobos, but the response from the teammates as well is not necessary there, but he's still alive some way, somehow. with the force staff again, but he finally goes down. Oh my gosh, that was pretty. And it did kill Tiny.
No, that's certified worse. I'm glad that he went for it. As now a lasso comes out onto the Nature's Prophet. He's getting Fireflight, he's getting Flame Braked, he's gonna go down as well. And like Empire, this is all they need to do. They just need to buy time. Exorcism is timed out yet again, and they're not gonna push for another minute. I mean, also Spirit lost 3 heroes at the end of all things considered, so like I'm with you. I'm starting to go Empire favored now.
Is this a nullifier for Weaver coming out, or are we seeing something else here?
I mean, they want to shut down the BKB from Troll Warlord.
Okay. That was a little...
And nullifier is actually a pretty great item for Weaver because, I mean, obviously Geminate attack, you get 2 attacks with 65 damage, which is quite a bit, and you get to get that slow from the nullify active because both of your attacks are connecting.
He's got that now. Again, still no boots, but he's almost level 25 even as well, so especially with that. Well, not almost.
Yeah, but his... Oh, wait, he didn't BKB in that previous fight. Okay, so I guess that's pretty good.
Still at 7, yeah.
Dire
needed there. Next, Roshan, 45 seconds before he can spawn. At least going to probably be another minute and a half to 2 before he is up. Ghost Stick. Oh, Avalanche misses, though. It still gets a toss. He throws up the Yules, but now a Sanking here. He's like force staff this. That ain't working. Finally, they kill him. And he's out for 55 seconds now.
DD Rune top. And Roche may spawn in 20 seconds. It's early, that's in Spirit's favor. If it's later, that's in Empire's favor.
Troll working on an AC now. It's going to be a little bit before that. He just finished the SNY. We saw the BKB last fight. Down to 9 seconds. Ooh, double damage room. Man, if Roshan respawns quickly here, that could be something.
1 second potential.
Nope.
Ah, it's late. Oh, it's hella late.
That's a very long
The
Roshan.
gods are smiling on Empire right now.
They're saying, we like some comeback, Dota. That's what's in the making here once again from Empire. And had to do it in Game 2. Similar situation here in Game 3. Team Spirit just trying to find a way to try to close out this lead, but they're struggling with it. Sand King pushing out middle. But again, I mean, if you're Spirit, you probably want to wait at least for another Roshan before you try to break high ground. I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah.
But who knows what's going to happen in between then and also when Roshan actually does spawn.
Right.
Ghost Stick. Oh, this could happen. Where's the follow-up? The fissure hits it while Sand King went into it. The Echo Slam on top of that. And Weaver's going to fall with no buyback, as has Sand King. And now G, the Yeon Disc proc in. He has to run, though. He's going to be glimpsed back in. The Exorcism, of course, a threat still for the Radiant side. Siphon's going up. Whirling Axis throwing out of the backlines from Nyx. Kinetic Field keeping them at bay. They want to keep Death Prophet around and eventually have the Exorcism wear out, I'm sure, as the idea. And they're doing a good job of that so far, but DK Phobos is looking for his target now. He's going to find the opening, then go for the burst kill on FN, and it will be successful. Yields up on a G, not going to matter. Ghost Stick, force staffing away, as does Yoku. Troll Warlord's not even really with the team right now. He's coming in the flank position, though. The fissure blocked. DK Phobos left by himself, but there's Troll in the backline. However, the Sprout goes up, so he's going to be kited against that Exorcism of Death Prophet. Wearing off, though.
Crazy.
And now Troll running. Can he get to the try? No, he cannot. Yes, he can. The pop from Earthshaker going to barely keep him alive for the time being. The Yule's up on G. And now G without the Exorcism having to be careful. DK Phobos also at half-life. This chase is happening forever. But Empire cutting them away. Look at Nature's Prophet. He's like, I'm tired of this. He goes
Taking
middle.
matters into my own hands.
Yeah.
Although, Yoku has something to say about that.
The fissure connects.
And now bot lane, Nyx has to BKB TP out, and he gets that successfully.
Echo slams, man. Earthshaker. Been pretty clutch. Couple of them. Weaver taken out of that fight. Did Weaver buy back? No. No, okay.
No, he's just been dead for... The fight went on for so long.
It did last a while. Chase on forever.
You basically bought enough time for Roche to respawn, who will be up in 15 seconds, although Empire seemed primed as they are beginning to counter-ward whatever vision Spirit had in the vicinity, and they're going to start establishing their own vision in the area.
Dire are scanning.
I like Miposhka with this Quelling Blade. Absolutely necessary against Nature's Prophet.
Oh yeah, getting supports with Quelling Blades against an MP is exactly as you said.
Oh, they see Weaver. This ward sees Weaver.
They're going to go for Weaver. Static Storm, no buyback, remember, on Weaver. In comes a response. Echo Slam used by the Earthshaker, but he got the time lapse off. And this time it's now looking good for Spirit. Miposhka, he's going to go down. Nyx, he's running. No BKB there for 2 more seconds. Even with it, he still might be in trouble. He might have to pop it here, yeah. The Nullifier comes out. There's that travel time, a little too slow. And Nerf coming into play, maybe. But he gets away. But they're going to turn their attention to Roshan, and this is going to be an absolute free Roshan. But again, I take you back to game 2. We saw them get a free tier 3 Roshan and still not work out in the end. We'll see what happens this time.
We'll be down now, so what is the plan?
The seeds of fortune.
Apparently the plan is all 3 of your cores go back in your jungle, which, again, I don't think that's the plan.
I don't think you agree.
I'm inclined to disagree. Like, okay, so ideally in these situations, you just got a bunch of your stuff counter-warded on the radiant half of the map. And right now, Spirit are blind. They have 0 wards on the map. And so it's not really the core's responsibility to place the wards, but you should escort whoever does have the wards. And right now, Nature's Prophet has 2 Observer wards, but FNG doesn't feel confident going into the radiant half of the map because he does not have his backup. But all the cores are like try-farming the dire half of the map. And after you take Roche, obviously the enemy team isn't going to like feel adventurous. Like you see, all of Empire are basically like 5-manning right now on their half of the map, which is how you react to an Aegis, but that's how you react defensively to an Aegis, not offensively to an Aegis, and Spirit are doing the same thing, but they don't need to.
Well, Death Prophet, I mean, with that Refresher Shard, 10 seconds on that Exorcism coming up, so ideally we'll have 2 of them. Yeah, it's being pointed out, Razor level 24. All right, we get it. Death Prophet is level 25, the first one to hit that, so she's going to be running at haste now. Once Exorcism is active, but Troll and Razor are both 24. What does Troll get? Rolling at Battle Trance Dispel. Ooh. This game, that's actually not bad this game, it feels like.
Yeah, the main thing is that it dispels your entire team. And so, like, if someone gets Death Prophet silenced and you activate Battle Trance, then you can purge it off of your allies. Aside from that, don't really think there's very much worth purging off. I guess the Nullifier. But, yeah, actually, yeah, against Nullifier, I'd totally go for that, because then if Troll gets nullified, then he can activate Battle Trance. There are no Orchids, so he can activate that spell just fine as now Initiation on Phobos.
Yeah, well, Phobos, I think actually they might have went in themselves, the Dire team. Not exactly sure. Got there a little bit late. Nullifier applied to Troll, though. Can't get his BKB off or Satanic, but he is going to live because Forest Staff. All right. So that was one of those fights.
Exorcism's up.
Yeah.
And they're at a tier 3.
So we gotta farm the jungle.
Why are they farming the jungle? Okay, no, she was buying something. He was buying armor. That's okay. I mean, I guess it's okay. Except, guess what? Exorcism's down now.
Well, I'm looking at how many BKBs were used there. Razor used his, Weaver, Tiny. Yeah, so pretty much all but Troll, actually. Troll still has his ready. And the funny thing is, because he got nullified. And he's going in here. Uh-oh, Battle Trance. No, it doesn't have it yet. What am I saying? Anyways, gonna pop the BKB. Going for Biver. Biver hiding for now. Cannot hide enough, though. G in the back line. Second Exorcism. Here we go. This is the Refresher Shard. Also has Cheese ready. Siphons are up. Multiple heroes. Miposhka maybe dying. 4 Staffs already used. The Echo Slam just going to be used defensively. Weaver's getting low, actually. Weaver will go down. The Aegis pops.
Survives.
FN keeping his distance. Has his BKB ready to go. Finally, a tier 3 goes down in favor of Spirit, though. G. Exorcism's not going to be much longer. BKB committed by Illidan. He's going in. Nullifier applied to Earthshaker on the back lines. They catch Death Prophet, though. He on disc already popped. And now he's starting to get a little bit low, but the Exorcism heal comes right in. And he'll heal up just fine. Melee Rack's bottom lane going down. So Melee Rack's number 1 accomplished by Team Spirit.
There's Glimpse available in 1 second.
Weaver's in trouble. Weaver's in a bad spot right here. He has Timeless kicking it off, though he's stunned. The bash stuns! And down goes Weaver. The bash into the Static Storm. He's dead for 85. So now it's the response time from Team Empire. They lose melee racks, but they're getting kills out of it. The Glimpse back on Tiny. Will secure, although Miposhka's like, damn it. Kind of sucks for him, but it sets up a double kill for Nyx on Troll Warlord. I mean, Empire, I think they got to be okay with that.
I'm with you. You say it. You can say it.
Yeah, I'm still feeling pretty good for them.
I mean, they take down a melee Rax. It cost them a Refresher Shard. It cost them an Aegis. No, they didn't have to spend cheese. Death Prophet still has cheese. And Weaver's BKB is down to 5 seconds. Tiny's BKB is down to 5 seconds. Troll still has a fair amount of time on his BKB, I believe. Oh, never mind, his is 5 seconds also. And Razor's is 8 seconds. Oh yeah, Razor's is the fresh one. This game's just gonna get harder. It's not the same thing as Phantom Lancer. Troll falls off a little bit harder than Phantom Lancer, but I think Troll also peaks harder than a Phantom Lancer, especially against a Weaver.
Troll did get the Battle Trance Dispel.
Yeah, it's very valuable, namely for the Nullifier.
100 attack speed for Razor. Picked up there. Weaver is not level 25 yet. It's 24.5. We all know the Shinkuchi speed is coming. Expect at least.
Structures are fortified.
That's a tier 1 bottom tower still up, by the way. 45 minutes in. Kind of shows you.
Spirit are actually looking to defend this.
that's odd, yeah, right? Well, now if it results in a kill on Razor, that's a very good choice. He's going to commit BKB to get away, but the Sprout block,
he doesn't have a TP.
You're right, but he does have support, including Troll, and many more coming. They need to really help him out. Yoku, he has an Echo Slam. Blink in 5 seconds.
4 stabs.
The 4 stabs coming in, but they kill FN, so it actually does work out. The port in from FNG. Okay, he's going to be lassoed up, but the Yule's now activated on Batrider. Batrider's in trouble. Razor may have to buy back right here. We'll see if he does. Batrider's dead, though. Now they're going to transition into the ranged racks, at least.
If they go mid to... I mean, if they go bot to mid, then they have to buy back. Exorcism has no time.
It just wore off, yeah.
But I think you do still need to buy back. Backdoor protection is going to be kicking in. I mean, stop soon because these siege creeps are moving into the bot lane.
Oh, that's a solo Echo Slam. Onto the Weaver, and he's dead for 100 seconds. No buyback. So that works out. Biver being brought back down. They're still going for tier 3, though. Glimpse back onto Biver. There's his own Forest Staff. Over the ledge, he's fine. G with no exorcism, he's still plenty tanky. And a bit of a threat. He also has Chi still, remember. They want to go for the melee, so there's a buyback at least on Batrider. They're not doing it, though, just yet. Oh, that's a Nullifier that was the sort of the courier, at least the part of it. Troll was trying to get his Nullifier finish there. Or somebody was. Troll, it looks like it was
back
Troll.
On death. Profits. She still has cheese.
Tiny going back in. Viber misses his stun. A little bit of chaotic moments here.
Exorcism's up in 15 seconds. But I guess Razor's also going to be up in 20 seconds, so they back off. Very... I mean, so... The only reason this is working out for Spirit, I think, is because all these fights are happening on Empire's high ground, which is as weird as it sounds, because usually the defending team wants to fight on their high ground, but it's working out for Spirit because they're like, oh, hey, well, I mean, we're getting kited, but let's just take objectives instead, which has been the bane of Spirit's existence, is trying to take objectives instead of just constantly going for kills, but once they drive back the enemy team into their fountain, then G's like, well, I'll use Exorcism to take down the mid-tier 3, and then they successfully take down the mid racks as well, the mid melee racks. And Biver sees Troll Warlord up here.
Nyx. He buys a TP. It's in his backpack, though.
Oh, they're TPing.
Yeah, they're going to get him. He doesn't have a buyback. 100 seconds.
Great pick by Biver. Although Exorcism is spent, but, again, that's absolutely worth it.
See, but at the same time, why did Death Prophet use her Exorcism there? I mean, it doesn't seem necessary at all.
No. Death Disruptor, he's going to go down. I mean, at this point, I kind of... Phobos is the main tower hitter for me with Tree Grab, which he has gone for the Tree Grab cooldown talent, which is basically what everyone else does. And Exorcism is going to time out here, but that's okay, because Troll Warlord is dead. And that's really the most important thing.
Disruptor, of course, buys back. He still has a Static Storm. So very worth it there. Echo Slam also still ready to go for Earthshaker. Just uses Blink, though.
Just let Tiny siege it, yeah. This is all you need to do.
Radiant's top tower
Tiny with his own Aeon Disc.
Dude, he has so much status resistance. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, he's a very difficult target to jump now, especially with that. Razor, 4-staffed in. It's fine for now, though. Batrider, they catch Weaver. Where's the follow-up? Remember, the Echo Slam is ready to go as well. They're going to use it on top of Weaver. They want him dead, and they get it. He's dead for 100. Still 30 seconds before Troll's back up, though. Viper with the response to the Burrow Strike. Yoku, he's falling. The Siphon's coming out from G. Obviously, the Exorcism on top of that. DK Phobos. His Aeon Disc was popped,
Take the
FN.
towers. Take the towers.
Running away. Doesn't have a link up currently. They are going to take out the racks indeed. The melee does fall at the top lane as well. And with all 3 melee racks now dead, no mega creeps just yet. But Spirit may just be doing it here in game number 3. But Empire responding now yet again. They're going to catch Sand King at least. Burrow Strike. He has a Yules. Also a Sandstorm. Cannot get the blink off though.
He doesn't have the mana for Glim, so no.
Radiant's top
The
shrine
Yules
has fallen.
delaying the inevitable.
He has wand. He has Burrow.
Radiant's bottom
Oh, he
shrine
has...
is under attack.
He's dead.
This
This
is
is
a
the
big
gem.
place.
Apparently no one cares about the gem. Oh, Miposhka goes back. Affirmative. Alright, well, they're 1 racks away from being megged. Now I think I'm back in Spirit's corner. it took a lot to get me to this point, but
Radiant's bottom
against all
shrine
odds it has
is under
happened.
attack.
They've managed to take 2 sets of full rexes, and Phobos is eyeballing FNG, trying to do some shopping.
Well, that's ambitious though. I thought maybe Nature's Prophet was going to TP into something, but yeah, now with the BKB pop, Phobos is the one that's in trouble. Here comes Nature's Prophet, maybe a
That
Sprout.
lasso lasts for no time at all against
That's
this guy.
ridiculous, actually.
The HUD doesn't add it up properly. So like he has status resistance from being strength, and that's 19.4%. And then from grow, that's another 40%. And then Aeon Disc is another 25%.
Radiant's bottom shrine
I don't
is
think it
under
all
attack.
adds up like additively. I think it's multiplicatively or whatever. But like whatever the case, like this is he could get like
Radiant's
Mirana
bottom
arrowed
shrine
from max
has
range and it would
fallen.
last like 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Lasso's supposed to last 4 seconds. That was like a half a second. It felt like.
It was like a mini stun.
That
It was
pretty
like a
funny.
cold snap.
Yeah. Roshan, he's, I guess, being attempted here by Spirit. Kinda. There's an exorcism, so yeah, gonna commit.
Yeah.
Death Prophet.
Eldon can't get in because the Sprout is blocking him out. There we go.
Yeah, she does have the Refresher Orb, by the way, as well. We saw that come into play. That's how she had the exorcism
Has fallen to the
activated.
dark.
Now she has a shard on
She has a
top of
shard.
that. Okay, this is this is a tough game to lose now.
Yeah.
If you're Team Spirit.
What's the win probability at? 92.
Let's see.
Maybe this is like a machine learning algorithm because I think most games this would be like a solid 99 to 1, but no, it's 92 to 8.
Yeah. It's very, very good chances, but Empire, all the reason to still stick in the game. Say there's hope as Mjolnir's finished actually on Razor. So kind of reacting to how the game's looking, obviously. Push out lanes. Relying on him to deal plenty of damage. Troll's actually overtaken Razor as higher net worth, interestingly enough. No fire finished.
Battle Fury, I suppose. Although now, his next item will probably get rid of the Battle Fury. He doesn't really need to cleave that much. As Lasso on Viver.
Gets Sand King, gem drops. Death Prophet's in the area. He's got Shard and Orb coming off cooldown right here, so he's gonna pop the Shard at least.
Shard.
Throws out Exorcism. They catch Razor. Razor's dead, and he's dead for
No
100.
buyback.
No buyback.
Alright. You can win
Phobos,
this.
BKB,
Aeon
jumping
Disc.
in. Dash Brock don't even really matter for him. There's the Mega Creeps. Okay, well, Madison has a dead. Nope, never mind. There's the cheese. He's good. I think it's actually official. GG's called.
GG.
Spirit will take game 3. And it was quite
Oh,
the
slam.
adventure, but a double slam.
He does it.
Dire victory.
He stays alive. There you go. Minor
It
victories.
was a lot sloppier than it needed to be. Spirit should have won this game. Spirit should have won this series like 2 hours ago, I think. But maybe not 2 hours ago, maybe like an hour and a half ago. But yeah, I mean, all the pieces are there, but this has been a problem with CIS teams in general. It's just like the way that they play around Death Prophet is just it's not what I see in different regions, and they play around Death Prophet as if Exorcism is like some non-ultimate spell and not your best tower hitting spell. Like if you have like a DK on your team or something, or some other solid tower hitter, then that's fine. Go for Exorcism in gank situations and pick-off situations. It's fine. But when Exorcism is your primary pushing or your primary objective taking spell, and you're so intrinsically tied to that cooldown with your draft, then I think you need to reevaluate the playstyle. But whatever the case, Spirit do come out on top. and they do knock down Empire to the losers bracket of this qualifier.
That's correct. That's what matters. You get the W. They advance on to the winter final. So, of course, they're going to be awaiting now the winner of Na'Vi versus Vega Squadron, which is set to happen in a very short time right here. Obviously, we're a little bit behind the default schedule. This series going the distance a little bit longer, but we are going to take a short break. I'm sure the team's going to be in the lobby and good to go here shortly with Na'Vi versus Vega once again. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit tight. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Tsunami. Game 1 of our next series here for the GESC Thailand CIS Qualifier. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.